Today we have a 2006 Chrysler 300. We'll be replacing the radiator. So to replace this radiator, first thing we're gonna do is just remove this cover here. Just kind of pops out of place from these clips under there. Just pretty much get to the side. Two parts. So you can expose the condenser radiator here. We're gonna have to separate the two, I believe. So let's get here and start also removing the hoses down here. Get everything out of the way, as well as unplug the fan, get this out the way. Now once we remove the top radiator hose from up here and unplug the fan, we're gonna remove two 10mm bolts, one here and one over here holding the fan in place, and then we'll slide the fan out. All right, once you remove those two 10mm bolts holding the fan, just go ahead and pull it back and slide up, and go ahead and slide it out the way. So let's get this out of the way. I need to kind of, reposition some things here. But pretty much just slide it out and put it to the side. All right, so now we're gonna get to that lower radiator hose there and get that hose removed. Then we can start working on getting the radiator out. Now that we've removed the fan here, we're gonna need to remove two more 10mm bolts holding the fan, or the condenser, to the radiator. You're gonna remove these little plastic things. Earlier, we removed that plastic piece here to expose these plastic parts. So there'll be like these little plastic tabs covering it. Just pull these back and it'll expose a 10mm bolt. So get y'all a view of it right here where my finger is. There's one here, directly below the transmission lines. And the other side will be, if you remove this, you'll see it as well. So I've removed the 10mm on the left side of the vehicle holding the radiator to the condenser. But I just wanted to show y'all a view of the other bolt holding it in place. So you can see my wrench right here. I went behind here, behind the headlight, to slide it in, to wrap around. I don't have proper clearance if I just pull back here, but you can kind of see where it's located. So from there, we remove that bolt. So after removing those two 10mm bolts holding the condenser to the radiator, you're also going to remove two more 10s for the radiator bracket, one here and here. But also there are going to be a total of 4 bolts holding the radiator and condenser together. So we've removed 2 already. The other 2 are going to be lower down. So we're going to have to actually remove these entire shields here. So if you go under the vehicle, you'll see that there is a little rubber or plastic clip you have to remove again from the bottom. So there's one on the other side as well. So just remove these and we can pull those shields out the way to expose the 2 other bolts. So we'll go ahead and get this out of the way and get it going. So this is the bottom right side of the vehicle. Just want to show you where that bottom bolt is. I'll call it bolt number 3 for holding the radiator and condenser in place. You can see my ratchet right here. The bolt is directly behind this grommet on the bottom here, holding the condenser. So just going to go ahead and start removing that. As you can recall from earlier, I removed this from down here, swung out the way, and now I'm working on getting this bolt down here off. So once I get this all removed, we're going to go work on the other side and start working on getting that bolt out. So I'm now on the left side of the driver's side of the vehicle. I'm gonna remove this little plastic clip here as well. And remove that shield, the dust cover shield for the radiator and condenser, and it'll expose the other bolt. So I'm gonna get this out the way first, and then get to that bolt holding the last bolt holding the radiator and condenser together. So I've removed that bottom plastic clip that held this in place. So I just pushed it to the side, and now it exposes the last 10mm bolt, which is going to be located, so you can see my finger here, right there. So it's going to be right over here. We're just going to remove that bolt, and then we can get the condenser and radiator separated and pull the radiator out. So after we remove the 4 bolts holding the condenser and radiator together, as well as the 2 brackets up top, we go ahead and just push it back. You see the radiator's here, and we're going to work on sliding it out and getting it out of here and replacing it. So I have the old radiator removed here. You can see where the 4 bolts holding the condenser to it are right there. So a few things we're going to do, or one thing I had to do to get it out, make it a little easier versus trying to angle it out. Took the air cleaner box off, just pretty much separated and took off a 10mm here, pulled this hose out of the way and just pushed it out, as well as a number 8. Oh, sorry, this is number 8, not 10. Number 8 holding the clamp. So just move that out the way. So now we're just going to transfer all these over to the new radiator and slide the new one in. So I'm going to go ahead and get those transferred and slide the new radiator in. So I have my new radiator installed here. The 2 bolts holding the bracket to the radiator are in place, as well as the 4 holding the condenser to the radiator are also in place. Pretty much just the opposite of going in. I mean, taking out, sorry. So it's pretty simple. Once you know how to remove it, you can just put the other 4 bolts back in, or 6 total actually. So now I'm gonna go ahead and clip these little shields back in place, and then get the lower radiator hose back on, and then the fan. So I have the bottom radiator hose installed and clamped in. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the fan back in place, mounting it back with those 2 10mm and plugging it up. Then do the up radiator hose and I guess put the air cleaner box in as well. So now that we have everything reinstalled, new radiator in place, fans in place, everything's installed, we're gonna go ahead and fill up with coolant. However, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna open this valve here with a 3/8 wrench. We're gonna go ahead and loosen this up and pretty much fill up with coolant there until it comes out of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and start filling up with coolant. All right, y'all. So you can see I have a little excess coolant coming out. Basically, when the bleeder valve is open, it'll come out like so. So once it comes out of there, just tighten it up and fill it up to that cold max line there. I went a little bit over, but it's okay, it'll suck it in. So now we're done. Thanks for watching, y'all. Please like and subscribe. More videos to come.